Let's start with the early game in Denver between the top-seeded Broncos and the number 2-seeded New England Patriots. All the talk leading up to the game was about those two quarterbacks, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Life is like a Long Island iced tea lamented, what a shame. Those two guys have always been in the AFC, so we'll never get to see them meet in the Super Bowl. Instead, we'll just have to settle for the AFC title game. Problem was, it wasn't much of a game. Manning and the Broncos came out of the gates humming, moving the ball with ease against an overmatched New England secondary that lost cornerback Aqib Talib to a second quarter injury. The Pats, meanwhile, couldn't get anything going on offense either. Brady missed a wide-open Julian Edelman on a play-action pass in the first quarter, prompting Ningyo Yawan to write, "It seems like Brady hasn't adapted to the plateau climate." And you thought it was Manning who couldn't get used to the weather. On the contrary, the Mississippi native threw for an even 400 yards while completing nearly 75% of his passes and a couple of TDs, and it could have been a lot more. In the end, the Patriots never got closer than 2 scores. It was Manning's 5th win over Brady in 15 meetings, and it sends the elder Manning to his 3rd Super Bowl appearance. A user called You Bobo is blown a cold wind had an interesting take on the outcome, writing, "Even though he beat my favorite brother Tom and the Patriots, I'm still rooting for him to win another title. He's a living legend." By the way, how do the Mannings always beat Brady in the playoffs? Is it because his wife is beautiful? Well, we're not sure what You Bobo means exactly, but that is one consolation for Brady. Meanwhile, Ramen Dong is already looking ahead to next season. TB tried his best. He completed so many comebacks this season, he finally exhausted his good luck. If TB wants to make his 6th Super Bowl next season, management has to get him some help. The championship Sunday nightcap featured the much ballyhooed 3rd meeting of the season between the Seahawks and 49ers in the Pacific Northwest. With all the bad blood boiling in this suddenly vicious rivalry, Yuan said surprise wrote, "A strong smell of gunpowder there. It hurts just watching." And especially hurt watching 49ers linebacker Navarro Bowman go down with a gruesome leg injury in the 4th quarter. The difference in the game, though, was turnovers and 2 Colin Kaepernick interceptions in the 4th sealed San Fran's fate. The young QB took much of the blame after the game, but NFL Mr. Ibing saw it a little differently. Kaepernick earns as much as a cabbage seller, but he worries as much as a drug seller. It doesn't make sense for him to be responsible for the whole team. The offensive coordinator should be the one to blame. If a young man can lead his team to the brink of the Super Bowl every year, would you mind that his throws are off a bit? Well, after suffering their 2nd NFC championship loss in 3 seasons, 49ers fans might be saying yes.